Welcome to today's design with Pam. Today we're going to design this simple login screen. So let's get right into it. My name is Pamela. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. That will encourage us to continue. Okay, so it's actually very simple. I'm going to go straight into it. The first thing you're going to do is to go to your toolbar here and select frame, or you can hit F on your keyboard to activate the frame options and then select desktop. So I'm going to go ahead to title this as login screen. All I did was to double click into this section, double click, and you can rename it. What I'm going to do is to change the fill color. You see the fill color on your right hand side here in this properties panel. So I'm going to change the fill color to, you can just copy the color here. So this is the color I'm going to be using. All right, what I'm going to do next is to create this frame, this white frame here. I'm going to go to frame and just create a frame. I want the frame to be half of this frame, right? So I'm going to select this frame, copy out the number, select the second frame. Once I select the second frame, I'm going to go to its width. I'm going to paste the number and then hit slash on my keyboard and then 2. That's I need that half of that. Yes. So now we have it, but as you can see, this frame is not inside the parent frame, which is the login screen. From this layers panel here, you can see the frame is away from the login screen. So I'm going to hold on to this frame itself and I'm going to push it into the logins frame. So now it's sitting right into it. So I'm still going to select the main frame, which is our login frame, and I'm going to add a bit of effect, like an effect around the border here, just to get this effect that we have here. I'm going to select the frame, that's the login frame, and I'm going to go to stroke. I'm going to add a stroke here, but I want the stroke to be white. I'm going to actually change it to linear, right? I'm going to push it here and push the other one here, but I'm going to make the color for this one to be white, while the second color too is white, but I'm going to increase the opacity to up to 76. Then let me actually increase it. Now you can see we have that line here. I'm going to reduce the stroke to 1. So let's see what we've done so far. I'm going to right click on my mouse and I'm going to hide this UI. This is what we have so far. So let's go right into it. I'm going to show you how I created this mini logo here in Figma. I'm just going to go and select this tool here, which is the polygon tool. Once I do that, I'm going to hold on to my shift key. Then I'm going to duplicate it by holding on to the option key, which will activate the duplication. Then I'm going to drag it out. Then let's just select the color that we have here. So the first color is red. I'm holding on to this polygon here. Then I'm going to go to fill, select it and click on it, then select the pen tool here. I'm going to pick this color right here. So I'm going to do the same for the other one. I'm going to select the fill here, pick the tool and pick the color. Okay, so I'm just going to so this, you can see this shape here is on this one, but I want it to be behind it. So I'm going to move this one here from this layers panel up, right? So once I have it, I'm going to select the both of them and I'm going to right click on my mouse and I'm going to group the selection. So before we continue, let's put a layout grid here. So I already have my layout grid, as you can see it. Let me detach the style so you can see the layout grid that I'm using. So this one, I'm going to position it here from this side, and I want it to be 56 pixels away from the top section. Okay, we're good to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is to create the login. I'm going to hit T on my keyboard. That's to activate the test tool. Then I'm going to type login. So for the login, I'm using Sophia Sans and I'm leaving it at bold. And I'm using font 36. But I'm not going to use pure black. I have a color here. I'm going to use this color here. Let me detach it so you can see the color that I've used. This is the color that I'm using. This is a color code. You can copy it out. Then I'm going to go ahead and hit the tick on my keyboard again, and I'm going to type the subtext that we have here, which is continue your learning journey with Hello Dreams. Okay. So, but the font I'm going to use for this one is font 16. Now, the essence is we use the font size to portray hierarchy or importance of things. I want you to actually notice the login before you notice the other text, the subtext underneath it. But I'm going to also change the subtext to be medium, and I'm going to change the subtext color to be, let's use this color. Okay, you can just copy the color code. This is okay. So I'm going to select the subtext here, then select the login text. Then I'm going to click Shift A to activate an auto layout. But I'm going to make the spacing between the two of them to be 18. I don't want them to be far apart because they're related tests. All right, so we're done with that. The next thing is to create this email where you input your email. Right, so I'm going to hit T on my keyboard and I'm going to type email. But I'm going to make the font to be 18. I'm going to use 18 as the font size, and I'm also going to leave it at medium. Then for the color, I'm still going to use this out color here. You already have the color code before. Then I'm going to go and select my rectangle tool here. You can click R on your keyboard to activate it. Then I'm going to be using, for the rectangle, I want the height to be 64. Then I'm going to make it as long as this. So I want the width to be 500, and I think 508 is okay. But let me just align it with this grid layout here. Okay, we're good to go. Then I'm going to create the subtext that you're seeing inside this rectangle tool, which is the enter your email. I'm also going to copy this, a color that I used for the rectangle, so you can still copy it out, and I'm going to paste it here. The inner text here, I'm going to click on T. Let's type enter your email here. So I'm going to hold on to the text, select and click on Shift on my keyboard and select the other rectangle. Then I'm going to center align it here. No, I don't want it to be there. I just want to align it like vertically. I think it's okay. But I'm going to push it to this place. Yes, I think this is good. But the text here should be, I'm leaving it at 16. But the color, I'm going to use this color. So this is the color that I'm using. So for this rectangle, I'm going to change the color to this. Let's increase the opacity. Right, so we can see this inner text. So this is the color that I used here for it. You can copy out the color code. Then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select the text and select the rectangle, then group selection. Then I'm going to select this group, then select the email here, then create an auto layout. So the spacing 18 is okay. Then I'm going to duplicate it by holding Option on my keyboard and then dragging it out. Then because I want to create the other one, the password section, so I'm going to ungroup it because I want to add another text here. So for this text, I'm going to change it to password. Then I'm going to duplicate by holding option on my keyboard. Then I'm going to add forgot password. Forgot password, there's a question mark there. Okay, so I'm going to leave this color to be black here, so not like black, this is a color code that I used. Then I'm going to change the color of that one to be this, right? So the essence is they all perform this different thing. I want you to be able to notice this forgot password in case you're looking for let's say I want you to be able to recognize that almost immediately in case you forgot your password, right? So I'm going to hold on and select this, the forgot password and the password text, and I'm going to create an auto layout. Once I create an auto layout, I'm going to select this group here and select this and create another auto layout. Then I'm going to select the first one, select the second one, and then create another auto layout, but I'm going to leave it at 48. I think 48 is good. I'll drag it here. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is to create this remember me for 30 days. So all we're simply going to do is to hit the arrow button on our keyboard to activate the rectangle tool. Just create a small shape, a small rectangle here, and I'm going to take the color picker and then make it the same color here. Then I want to take this this text here, or I just click T on my keyboard and write remember me. This is remember me option for password. Let's use that, remember me for 30 days. Okay, so I'm going to select the board and click and create an auto layout. I want to reduce this a bit. So while creating the auto layouts, we can see the space that we have between these two items is 21. I'm going to make it a 16. So once I do that, I'm going to select this and select this other frame here and then make it an 18. And I'll create an auto layout too. Okay, so far so good. What else do we have to create? This is a login screen, right? What else do you think is missing? We've told the customer if you input your email, we have a test to tell you continue learning journey with Hello Dreams. You have your logins, your password, your email, remember me, forgot password. What else is missing on this page? Yes, the register or sign up is not here. So that is very important and we need to include it here. So I'm just going to copy out this text here. Alright, but before we do that, let's create this call to action button for login. I'm going to select the rectangle tool and I'm going to create, I'm just using this for these 5 grid lines here. I want the height to be 64 and I'm going to leave the width as it is. Let's just make sure that it is snapped into our grid line here. Snapped into our grid lines. Okay, so we're going to change the color. Just take your color picker and select this color so you can look at the color here. And maybe let's select this color, then I'm going to reduce the opacity. All right, so our call to action test is login. I'm going to duplicate this and paste it here and write and type login. So but I want our cut this text here to be as much as 24. 24 is great. So I'm going to align it very well. Then I want to change the text. I took it up so it was under the rectangle here. You can see this layers panel. You can see it. I took it up to be on top of the rectangle. So I'm going to change the color to white. Then I'm also going to change the font to an extra bold is okay. I'm just going to group it. So you can also create an auto layout button with this, but we did it like this. So let's create our sign up. Don't have an account. Sign up. So now you can use a beta test, right? I'm just using this for the purpose of this tutorial. Don't have an account, sign up. So as you can see, the test is like same font with the rest, but I want the sign up to be more prominent so that users can easily see it, right? Same way they can see this login immediately. That's the first thing you look at because it's more highlighted. I'm going to go ahead and just highlight the sign up button here. Then I'm going to make it an extra bold, right? And I'm going to change the font to be 20 is great. Then I'm going to select the text tool. I'm going to create an auto layout with this. Make sure the spacing is 24 is good. So another thing I want to do is to work on my rectangle. So for the rectangles, I'm going to change the corner radius to like 24. No, 24 is too much. 8 is good. So for this one, let's just give it a 4. 4 is good. Then let's work on our alignment. So this is the first layer we created. This is the first thing we created. What's the spacing between the first one and this one is 122. So let's make it 124. Then I've already created an auto layout with this one. This one's a group on its own. I'm going to select it with this one, create another auto layout, and I'm going to add a spacing of up to 48. Then I'm going to select this ones and then select this other group here. Then I'm going to make the spacing to be 48. Let's try 48, and I'll create an auto layout. I think this is good. I think we're good to go. So the next thing we're going to do now is to create this image and this box we have here. But so far, let's look at what we've done so far. I'm going to hide the grid lines and then hide the UI so you can see. So far, so great. We're getting there. So the next thing we're going to do is to create this frame, this shape that we have here. Okay. So I'm going to create this rectangle first. I'm going to hit arrow on my keyboard and I'm going to drag a shape. So the size I'm going to use for here, let's just make this a 520. The height, let's make the height 520. Let's make the width 408. Alright, so we're good. I'm going to change the color to white and I'll give it a little bit of the corner radius should be like 4, 8. Let's make it 8. Then I'm going to hit L on my keyboard to activate the line tool, and I'm going to hold on to Shift on my keyboard, and I'm going to drag a line. Right, so this line, let's make the line as wide as 344, and I'm going to select while selecting the line, I'm going to click on Shift and select the rectangle itself, and I'm going to go to this alignment section here and just align horizontal axis. I just want it to be in the middle, right? But this line again, I want the color, I want the stroke color to be, can just copy out the color code that I used. I'm going to reduce the opacity to a 32. 32 is great. So what do we have here again? We have product and we have this menu icon here. Don't worry, we're going to use hero icon. Just go to your plugin and type hero icons. We're going to see an icon here. So here it is. I'm going to want to click on it. It comes here. So the way it's looking now, this vector here is not in our frame. If you're able to see the title of the vector here, that's this icon here, that means it's not inside our parent frame, or it's not inside the frame. As you can see from this layers panel here, this is the frame we're working on. This is the login frame. You can see I've highlighted it and it's highlighted, but this menu, that's the icon menu, is outside of it. So I'm going to drag it into it. So as you can see, this has disappeared. And I also want to change the color of the menu icon. I'm going to give it a so I'm going to use the same color that I used for the line. Let me just copy the color code and I'm going to paste it here. All right, so we're going to type products. Click to on my keyboard and type products. So I'm using font 18. Let's use an 18. Font size should be 18 and I'm making it a bold. So I'm going to select the font and select this menu icon and click on auto layout. Then I'm going to ungroup it and remove the auto layout. Let me center this one first. So let's work on this one just like that. Let it be from here. There's no point creating that auto layout. Okay, so looks great. So the next thing I'm going to do is to create this other one here. Same thing that you have done so far. You can do it. Click R on your keyboard. Let's make the height 84. I'm going to make the height 84, and I'm also going to make the width to be 408, just like the parent frame we're putting it in. Then I'm going to just select the frame and then come to this alignment because I want it to be at the bottom, and I'm going to center align it. Yeah, so we're good to go. Let's give it this color. Let's just color pick. So the test is round shape 20,000, right? Click T on your keyboard and type round shape. Now I don't want this to be the main thing. Let me just, okay, so I'm going to reduce the focus on this one, make this to be regular. The font is 18. I think it's good. I'm going to select the both, click on auto layout, select the frame and select the rectangle because I want to center align it. Okay, so I already have this Naira sign here, so I'm going to copy it. No, let's make it a bold. Bold is good. So since it's an auto layout, you can make adjustment to use this alignment area and make it center align it. So far so good. So this shape, where did we get it from? I got the shape from shapefeast.com, right? So just scroll down. There's so many shapes here. You can select any shape that you want, right? So you know where I got the shape from. You can just go and get it, but I'm going to just copy the shape that I have here. I'm going to click on Ctrl C and come to this and click on Ctrl Z and then place my shape, and that settles it. So when you want to maybe display your designs on social media, what I did was just to, on this login screen frame, I just gave it a corner radius of 30. Makes it very presentable. Just place it on your frame. I'm going to change the color of this frame here now. I'm going to place this on a frame, and that's it. Let's play our design. So this is our design now. It's as simple as that. So if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can send me your designs on my DM on my Instagram at Pamela the Designer, so I can make a review and give you feedback. You can follow me on all social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and I'll be glad to connect. Thank you for watching. See you next design. Thank you.